You think you know riding, but the real secrets only reveal themselves after years in the saddle. In this video, I'm pulling back the curtain on the lessons most riders miss. Stick with me until the end because the last truth could change the way you ride forever. Number 7. The entry level teaches the deepest lessons. Every seasoned rider remembers the machine that first taught them what riding really means, and for many, it was the Iron 883. This bike carries the reputation of being approachable, yet beneath its stripped-down frame hides lessons that only experience can unlock. It delivers a kind of toughness that demands respect without overwhelming new riders, and it rewards the patient hand of someone who listens to the engine and feels the road through every vibration. Those modest numbers are nothing compared to heavyweight cruisers, yet they represent the foundation on which countless riders have built their confidence. The Iron 883 thrives in the role of teacher. Its air-cooled engine speaks through mechanical rhythm, forcing the rider to learn the cadence of shifting and throttle input with precision. Experienced men often recall how this bike punished sloppy clutch work with a stall, or reminded them to hold their balance steady at low speeds where the weight feels heavier than expected. That is exactly why the Iron 883 matters. It turns mistakes into memories and habits into skills. Long before large touring machines and high-powered cruisers come into a rider's life, the 883 is there sharpening instincts that never fade. The machine also brings freedom in its simplest form. With minimal electronics, limited rider aids, and a frame that invites customization, the Iron 883 lets its owner experiment. Older riders often laugh at how many times they swapped pipes, changed seats, or bolted on different bars while learning what really suited their body and style. It was not about factory perfection. It was about trial and error until the bike became an extension of themselves. In that way, the 883 holds a timeless quality. Even when parked beside bigger machines, it radiates authenticity that resonates with men who know what it means to earn their road time. The Iron 883 also carries a kind of humility that seasoned riders never forget. It strips motorcycling down to its essence, forcing the man in the saddle to earn every mile through skill, patience, and grit. In return, it offers lessons that linger long after larger machines take their place. What separates the Iron 883 from casual options is the way it demands involvement at every mile. Riders cannot simply twist the throttle and expect smooth sailing. They must engage with the bike, control the ride, and stay alert to its feedback. That is where the secret lies. The machine is not just a stepping stone. It is the crucible where a rider's foundation is forged, a motorcycle that creates a bond between man and machine so strong that decades later, veterans still speak of their 883 with pride. Every rider who learned on the Iron 883 knows the truth. Humility builds mastery. When those instincts are set, the question shifts from, "Can I handle it?" to, "How far can I go?" That's where the Road Glide takes the lead. Comfort at speed turned into a weapon, built to carry earned skill from sunrise to the next state line. If these riding secrets are already giving you a fresh perspective on the road, hit that like button. It helps keep this channel rolling strong. And share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 6. Comfort at speed is a weapon. There is a truth that every veteran rider discovers after long days on the highway. Comfort at speed is not a luxury. It is a weapon. The Road Glide proves this better than most machines on the road today. Designed from the frame up to conquer distance with a mix of stability and power. Built for endurance and authority, it is a machine that rewards the rider who understands that true strength on the open road is measured not only in horsepower, but also in how far a man can ride without breaking down his body. The Road Glide is recognized instantly by its shark nose fairing, a frame-mounted design that slices through crosswinds and reduces rider fatigue even at highway speeds. Unlike bar-mounted fairings, this setup eliminates head shake, keeping the machine planted and steady during long stretches on open asphalt. For riders who have logged thousands of miles, this stability is not a detail, it is a necessity. Combined with its deep saddle and ergonomic bar reach, The Road Glide gives its rider the ability to stay in the seat from sunrise to sunset without the usual aches that come with lesser designs. It is a study in endurance, proving that power and comfort can share the same saddle without compromise. Experienced men often speak of how the Road Glide transforms state-spanning trips into something less like endurance tests and more like meditative journeys. With its torque-rich engine pulling effortlessly and its suspension soaking up uneven pavement, the rider finds himself free to focus on the road ahead instead of the strain in his shoulders or back. Every twist of the throttle feels measured, confident, and under control. On a lesser motorcycle, fatigue sets in quickly, dulling reflexes and shortening tempers. On the Road Glide, comfort becomes its own form of safety, keeping the mind sharp and the body steady for mile after mile. The Road Glide also proves that comfort does not dull the spirit of riding, it sharpens it. By reducing fatigue and strain, it allows the rider to stay focused, aware, and confident through the longest journeys. In this way, comfort becomes not indulgence but endurance, turning stamina into a rider's greatest weapon. Another unspoken strength lies in its ability to balance modern technology with traditional riding feel. Features such as traction control, advanced braking, and rider-focused electronics stay out of the way until needed, allowing the rider to experience the full force of the Milwaukee 8 while maintaining confidence in challenging conditions. The Road Glide does not overwhelm with gadgets. Instead, it integrates them into the background, leaving the rider with the purity of the machine's rhythm, its stability, and its constant readiness to devour another 100 miles. For the seasoned rider, the Road Glide teaches that comfort at speed is more than softness. It is power expressed through endurance. The rider who finishes a 12-hour day still eager for another sunrise ride is the man who understands what this motorcycle was built for. The Road Glide stands as proof that true domination of the highway comes not only from raw horsepower, but from the ability to stay strong, alert, and confident long after the odometer has spun past the triple digits. But the road doesn't just test your stamina, it also tempts your limits. Sooner or later, the ride asks, can you handle raw power without losing your edge? That's when you turn the key on a different kind of machine, one that doesn't soothe but awakens. Welcome to the untamed challenge of the VMAX. Essentials that elevate every ride. From maintenance kit to safety upgrades, full gear list is ready. Link is in the description. Number 5. Raw power rewards control. Some motorcycles are designed to be smooth, steady companions for the open road, while others are born to challenge the rider with raw, unfiltered force. The VMAX falls firmly into the latter category, a machine with a reputation that has grown into legend among experienced men who crave speed and strength but respect the discipline required to harness it. Introduced in the mid-1980s, it quickly earned a reputation as one of the most aggressive muscle bikes ever produced. With a character defined by explosive acceleration and sheer presence, the VMAX is not just another motorcycle. It is an adrenaline test that separates the casual from the committed. The VMAX does not invite a relaxed ride. Instead, it demands attention from the moment the key turns. Its engine snarls with authority, pulling the machine forward with an urgency that is both intoxicating and unforgiving. Throttle response is immediate and forceful, delivering a surge that can overwhelm anyone who treats it carelessly. This is why the VMX is often described as a rite of passage for riders who want to measure themselves against something more than just horsepower. It is a motorcycle that rewards control, steady hands, and absolute respect. Seasoned riders know that the VMX is not about casual cruising down Main Street or leaning back for an effortless cross-country haul. It is about raw acceleration and the thrill of mastering a machine that seems to test its owner every time the throttle is twisted. For older riders who already understand the weight of responsibility on two wheels, the VMX offers an unmatched opportunity to refine their control and to feel what happens when decades of engineering are distilled into pure, unapologetic performance. The VMAX also reminds riders that true mastery is not found in taming gentle machines, but in commanding those that push back. Its fierce acceleration and relentless pull force discipline on every ride. Men who conquer it walk away sharper, stronger, and more connected to the raw essence of motorcycling. What sets the VMAX apart is not only its brute strength, but also its ability to connect rider and road in a visceral way. Every vibration, every surge of torque, and every precise gear change reminds the man in the saddle that he is commanding something that demands more than casual skill. This is not a bike that forgives sloppy inputs. It punishes hesitation and rewards commitment. That challenge, that constant reminder of what true mastery feels like, is why the VMX continues to hold a unique place in the hearts of those who have ridden it hard and walked away with respect in their eyes. The VMAX stands as proof that raw power is nothing without control. It is not simply about speed or acceleration, but about the discipline it teaches and the way it sharpens instincts. Riders who have faced the VMX know that conquering such a beast does not come easy. Instead, it forges stronger, more capable men who understand the road on a deeper level. The lesson is timeless. When power is this pure, only control earns the right to enjoy it. Now, even the fiercest machine cannot ride every roll. Some motorcycles earn respect not through raw force, but through versatility, outlasting trends and proving their worth in every situation. That is the legacy of the Super Glide. Number 4. Versatility outlasts trends. Some motorcycles carry a reputation not because they were the biggest or the fastest, but because they offered a balance that proved itself decade after decade. The Super Glide is that kind of motorcycle, a machine that stood at the crossroads between stripped-down simplicity and full touring comfort. It was first introduced in the early 1970s and carried on through multiple generations, gaining a reputation among riders who valued toughness and adaptability more than flash. It became a favorite for riders who needed one machine to do it all without breaking their backs or their wallets. The Super Glide earned its place as the working man's Harley. It was strong enough to carry luggage and tackle long stretches of open road, but it was also lean enough to rip through back roads with quick response. Riders discovered that this motorcycle did not need to specialize in one category. Instead, it excelled in versatility, adapting to whatever was asked of it. Veterans who have spent time with the Super Glide often recall how it could serve as a daily commuter through the week and still feel like a rebel's machine on Saturday night. It never pretended to be glamorous. Its appeal was in its ability to meet the moment, no matter what that moment was. One of the hidden strengths of the Super Glide lies in how easily it could be customized. Men in their garages found themselves swapping out handlebars, exhausts, and seats, creating a ride that fit them perfectly. Clubs and independent riders alike trusted it because it offered a foundation that welcomed modification without losing reliability. From saddlebag setups for the highway to stripped-down frames for city cruising, the Super Glide absorbed every change while keeping its core identity intact. This adaptability is what makes its story so enduring. The Super Glide also showed that a motorcycle could be both dependable transport and a canvas for self-expression. Riders discovered that its strength was not only in how it performed, but in how it adapted. That ability to change with its owner made it a lifelong partner rather than a passing trend. The motorcycle scene is full of passing fashions, styles that flare up, then fade into obscurity. The Super Glide was never just another fashion statement. It endured because it worked. Its combination of balance, power, and simplicity created a bond with riders who wanted a machine they could trust for years. While other models came and went, the Super Glide remained a constant presence, respected across generations. The fact that it found a home in outlaw clubs, custom shops, and family garages alike says more about its true versatility than any brochure ever could. For older riders who know the weight of time and miles, the Super Glide serves as a reminder that real value comes from longevity. A motorcycle that can shift roles with ease, keep performing without complaint, and carry the pride of ownership across decades will always outlast the latest trends. The lesson is clear. In a world of passing styles, versatility is the only trait that never goes out of fashion. Spend time with a Super Glide and versatility becomes its own kind of authority. When you're ready to mix that steadiness with long-haul grace without dulling the edge, the Gold Wing steps in. Refined comfort that still loves to be leaned. Number 3. Luxury doesn't mean soft. There is a belief among riders that when a motorcycle becomes too refined, it somehow loses its edge, trading grit for comfort. The Gold Wing proves that belief wrong every mile it covers. Born in the mid-1970s and refined through decades, the Gold Wing carved its reputation as a machine that blends long-distance luxury with surprising athleticism. On paper, it looks like a heavyweight designed for comfort, but in the hands of a seasoned rider, it becomes something else entirely. The Gold Wing has long been compared to a two-wheeled Cadillac, a luxury tourer that glides across highways with unmatched comfort. Wide seats, large wind protection, and storage capacity for weeks on the road make it the ultimate long-distance companion. Yet those who know it best understand its secret. Despite its size and reputation for luxury, the Gold Wing handles with unexpected sharpness. The low center of gravity created by its flat engine allows the bike to dip into corners with agility that belies its bulk. Experienced riders often speak of the shock they felt the first time they leaned the Gold Wing hard into a curve, only to find it tracked with the confidence of a far lighter machine. It is this balance of comfort and control that makes the Gold Wing so respected. You can ride from coast to coast without fatigue, enjoying amenities like advanced navigation, rider-focused electronics, and stereo systems built for the long haul. Yet at any moment, when the road demands more than straight-line cruising, the Gold Wing responds like a trusted partner ready for the challenge. That dual nature has kept it relevant for nearly 5 decades, drawing in riders who demand both performance and convenience. The Gold Wing also carries a sense of quiet authority that few motorcycles can match. It speaks to riders who have nothing left to prove, men who value endurance over flash. By blending refinement with strength, it shows that true power lies in the ability to ride farther, longer, and wiser. For older riders who value the ability to ride all day without pain, yet refuse to compromise on handling, the Gold Wing offers proof that comfort and strength can coexist. It carries couples across states, packs gear without complaint, and shields riders from the worst weather. Still, underneath the luxury, there is an engine and chassis waiting to be pushed, reminding the man at the controls that refinement does not erase spirit. But beyond refinement lies another truth, one that every veteran rider eventually learns. Numbers may impress, but torque matters most. And no bike makes that truth clearer than the Chief Vintage. Number 2, torque tells the truth. Among experienced riders, there is an unshakable truth that emerges with every long mile and every hard pull off the line. Torque tells the truth. The Chief Vintage embodies that lesson better than most motorcycles on the road today. It is a machine rooted in heritage yet alive with the kind of raw strength that speaks directly to the rider's senses. Built not for flashy top speed numbers, but for immediate, irresistible thrust whenever the rider calls upon it, the Chief Vintage delivers power in a way that feels both timeless and deeply satisfying. The Chief Vintage wears its history proudly, with leather saddlebags, valanced fenders, and design cues that echo nearly a century of American motorcycling. Yet beneath that classic styling lies a secret that seasoned men understand instinctively. Torque is the soul of a motorcycle. While horsepower grabs headlines and spec sheets, it is torque that delivers the sensation of being pushed forward with authority at every green light and every rolling pass on the highway. The Chief Vintage makes this lesson undeniable. Roll the throttle, and the surge is there instantly, strong and steady, a wave of power that feels both controllable and exhilarating. For older riders who have spent decades in the saddle, torque is more than just a number. It is confidence. It means being able to merge onto the freeway without hesitation, to carry a passenger and gear without struggle, and to know that the machine beneath them has more to give even when the road stretches endlessly ahead. The Chief Vintage is a reminder that true performance is not measured by the highest peak on a dyno graph, but by the steady, repeatable pull that makes every ride feel effortless. The Chief Vintage also proves that torque is more than a mechanical figure. It is a feeling that settles deep in a rider's chest. Each surge forward is a reminder of strength held in reserve, of confidence earned on the open road, and of the timeless bond between man and machine. Riders often describe the experience of the Chief Vintage as one of connection, where the engine seems to speak a language all its own. The deep rumble, the smooth yet insistent thrust, and the way it responds instantly to the smallest wrist movement combine to create a sense of unity between man and machine. It is this quality that keeps torque-focused motorcycles etched into memory long after the ride is over. The lesson of the Chief Vintage is straightforward and enduring. Speed will always tempt, style will always catch the eye, but torque is the real truth-teller. But when the miles stretch further than torque alone can carry, one final lesson remains. The truest badge of honor is measured in years, not seconds. That is the legacy of the Electra Glide. You've made it through the most important lessons only seasoned riders ever discover. If you're serious about riding with strength and wisdom, subscribe now and turn on notifications. Number 1. Longevity is the real badge of honor. For men who have spent a lifetime in the saddle, the real badge of honor is not a patch or a trophy, but the machine that carries them mile after mile, year after year, without giving up. The Electra Glide stands as the symbol of that endurance, the living proof that longevity is the truest measure of greatness. This is not just a motorcycle, it is the standard bearer of American touring, the bike that has written its story across highways, mountain passes, and small-town main streets for generations. It has outlasted trends, outlived fads, and outperformed expectations, proving again and again that the road itself respects staying power more than fleeting glory. The Electra Glide came into the world in the mid-1960s and immediately set itself apart by introducing electric start to Harley-Davidson touring. From that moment on, it became the benchmark for riders who valued not just a strong machine, but a reliable one. Veterans of the road will tell you that while horsepower and torque are important, they mean little if the bike cannot be trusted to start on a cold morning, to carry weight without strain, and to remain steady in all conditions. The Electra Glide has been doing exactly that for decade after decade, earning its reputation as the ride of choice for men who want not just performance, but permanence. The Electra Glide also stands as a testament to legacy, carrying the weight of stories etched across countless highways. Every scratch, dent, and worn grip becomes a record of lived experience. It reminds riders that longevity is not only about the machine's durability, but about the life it helps to define. Longevity is about more than mechanical toughness. It is about the bond that forms between a rider and his machine when the same bike takes him through milestones of life. Countless stories exist of men who have kept their Electra Glide for 20, 30, even 40 years, passing it down to sons or grandsons who keep adding miles to its history. This act of carrying forward a motorcycle that has already proven itself reflects the deeper truth that a long-lived bike becomes part of the family. Its paint may fade, its chrome may dull, but its heartbeat never quits. Another reason the Electra Glide endures is its balance of tradition and progress. Over the decades, the machine has been refined with better suspension, stronger frames, improved braking, and features that keep pace with the times, yet it has never lost the unmistakable character that makes it what it is. Riders who upgrade to newer models often remark that while the technology changes, the soul of the Electra Glide remains the same. It is still the same steady partner that can carry them across the country without complaint. Older men understand that longevity is earned, not gifted. It comes from a foundation of reliability, care, and resilience. The Electra Glide embodies all of these qualities, teaching that a real motorcycle is not the one that shines the brightest in the showroom, but the one that still roars after hundreds of thousands of miles. When a rider chooses this machine, he is not just buying a bike, he is choosing a legacy. In a world full of temporary thrills, the Electra Glide proves that the only honor that matters is found in the miles you keep riding and the years your machine keeps answering the call. You've just uncovered some of the deepest riding secrets that only time and miles usually reveal. But the road is always teaching, and there's more ahead. If you found value here, show your support with a like. It helps this community grow stronger. Drop your wisdom in the comments because your story might be exactly what another rider needs to hear. And if you want to keep sharpening your edge, subscribe right now and turn on notifications. The next ride-changing lesson is already coming, and missing it could mean missing the one truth that transforms every mile you take.